A very good morning to you. You're just in time for Bizcheck here on KBC Channel 1, coming to you live from our studios in Nairobi. My name is Betty Kiptum. Welcome to the program. Now, today we are going to look at how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting cooperative societies with David Mategwa, the Kenya Police SACCO chairman. He is already on set. But before that, we would like to look at some of the stories our reporters are following up on in the field. Here is today's reporter's diary. Those are just some of the stories that we are following up on for you, and we'll be bringing you details of those in a little bit. But first, here in studio, we have David Mategwa, the chair of the Kenya Police SACCO, and today we want to discuss matters money. How do we manage our money during these tough times? Remember, most Kenyans actually save and, of course, borrow loans from cooperative societies. And to give us a picture of how that looks right now is David Mategwa. Welcome on set.
Thank you, Petty.
Just give us an overview of how things are looking like for the cooperative societies industry in Kenya.
If I can first talk about my own SACCO, Kenya Police SACCO.
Right.
For now, I think we have not been affected so much. We are still giving loans as they come, as our members apply. And we have seen most of our members shifted to using technology because of social distancing. They are not bringing their forms to the SACCO. And those who are bringing, they are just dropping and leave. We have a very skeleton staff that are managing the whole process. Otherwise, things are not good to the sector out there because you can see some SACCOs, they are having a problem with employment. People have gone home, they are working from home. There are some certain jobs you can't work from home. So I think they are affected in terms of remittance. They are not getting their monthly contribution from the members.
Right.
So I think those are the challenges, but we are managing on the other side using technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Cooperative Alliance of Kenya said that withdrawals have gone up because now most people have lost their sources of income and they are now getting their savings out. How is this going to impact on the SACCOs?
In fact, it will be a very big impact on the SACCO if members are withdrawing. Although I've known that statistics that people are withdrawing.
So it's not affecting your SACCO?
It is not affecting my SACCO.
Okay.
So I might not have those details of wow. And my advice to those who are withdrawing, you know, we started this lockdown in March. We are now in April. So I think people should be patient and wait, because when you withdraw, then you are not solving anything.
But when you talk about patience instead of withdrawing, most of these people are withdrawing because their income sources have maybe been cut or gone down. So what options do they have?
It depends on the societies, because in terms of some SACCOs, you can still get a loan, although not the amount that you require. You can get a bid so that we see how we are going to get through into this crisis. Because one, nobody knows when this is going to end. And nobody is in this world who has experienced this. This is the first time everybody is experiencing this. So I think according to me, withdrawing will not solve anything, because they'll bring down the organization. And I know after this we need also to leave. Yeah.
Right. The horticultural sector, aviation, hospitality, as well as the industrial sector, those are the sectors that are hardly hit. And most of the members from these particular sectors are not remitting anymore, as you've rightly put that. They've lost their jobs or
Yes.
they are on unpaid leave.
Yes.
So is there any reprieve, so to say, that SACCOs can give to these members at this time, especially those who are servicing loans?
It's a difficult question. If you look at the side of the cooperative sector, I think the Department of Cooperative have come up with an initiative. Mm-hmm. They have formed a committee, a response committee on coronavirus that is handling that. And we as Police SACCO, we have also supported that initiative by donating 3 million Kenyan shillings to support those who are in need. Because we know our members, those who have lost their jobs, they will not have something to put on the table. Mm-hmm. So I think we have the department has come up with that initiative to make sure that at least they'll go and distribute to the membership. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As you even give these 3 million shillings to the members, to just cushion them a little bit. There are those who have loans, the interests keep going up. Is there any moratorium, so to say, that they are going to receive, or are SACCOs planning for that? Because the president said that you can go and talk with your loan provider so that they can, just lower the interest rates, stop the payment for up to a year. How are SACCOs dealing with this?
Yeah, the 3 million I was talking about, the committee that was formed by the Department of Cooperative was just to make sure that to put some food on the table for those who don't have that job, who have lost their job. Mm-hmm. But in terms of what the president said about talking to the lenders, we as Police SACCO, we had done our annual delegates meeting. We did it on 4th of March. Mm-hmm. And in that meeting, we reduced our interest rates on all loans, on all long-term loans. So for us, at least we have already cautioned our members by reducing the interest rates. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there more that can be done?
Yes, there's more that can be done on that, because it is about talking to the lender. And if you are to pay, it's like rescheduling the loan. If you are to pay within 3 years, it can be extended to 4 years, to 5 years, to 6 years, according to the situation. Mm-hmm. Because we are in an extraordinary times.
Right.
It's a crisis. Nobody anticipated this will happen. Mm-hmm. So I think there is a room to help to caution out the members. Mm-hmm. Yes, according to the situation.
Right. And when you talk about these SACCOs, they are largely dependent on deposits.
Yes.
Yeah, so right now, of course, deposits are going to go down. What does this say for the future of SACCOs?
I think we'll not be the only institution that we are going to suffer that. Because
definitely, yeah.
We have seen this is a global issue. We are seeing those big economies also having those troubles. I know we'll just pick where after those deposits going down, we will see how to negotiate with the employers, those who are not remitting. We see when are we going to, what period are we going to take to recover, mm-hmm. and bring the societies back to the track.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this conversation continues in a bit, but now we want to take your viewer to Mombasa, where our reporter Mwandiga is standing by with the latest on the Kilifi Deputy Governor's. He has been released on a cash bail of about 200,000 shillings, or to place a 500,000 bond with one surety. Let's listen to the latest from Mwandiga.
Ni mimi mwenyewe niko na earphones. Mm-hmm. Coming to you live, of course, from the Mombasa locals. Just some 10 minutes away, just 10 minutes ago. Okay. Good morning. I am Michael Mondigo coming to you live from Mombasa. Of course, some 10 minutes ago, the Kilifi DG has been released on bond from these Mombasa locals by the principal magistrate, that is Mr. Elvis Michieka. And this was his ruling. He has been released on cash bail of 200,000 shillings and or place a surety bond of 500,000 shillings with one surety. And of course, the court has given several orders, that is to place his travel documents at the court and not in any way to talk to the witnesses, and also to be quarantined for 14 days in Mombasa. And these are the orders given by the court earlier today. Of course, he has been released some 15 minutes ago. And on the defense team, which was being led by one Mr. George Kilifi, who is the senior counsel, is to, of course, thank the court for their decision. But on the other side, just after being released on 200,000 cash bail, he's not off the hook after being in 17 days tribulation. He's not off the hook. That is the Kilifi DG. And remember that the court has ruled that the mentioning date to be on 5th of May this year 2020. And in that same note, of course, the prosecution team on their side say that the evidence brought before court by the defense team wasn't that relevant, and want the date of trial after they are done with the investigations. Of course, this is after 14 days. Of course, they'll be back in court to have, of course, they will have compiled their full or concluded their investigation, that is. And on his ruling, or before giving his ruling, the magistrate stated that, of course, stated that in the Article 49 of the Constitution, it states that everyone has a right to be released on bond, and there's strength of evidence that the respondent had committed the offense. And of course, bail is anyone's right before the court of law. And as it is now, he has been released on cash bail of 200,000 shillings. And he also said that based on what or based on what he had done, or what the offense he had committed rather, is that he's capable of a penalty of 30,000 shillings or 6 years behind bars. Of course, he has flaunted the government's directive of not self-quarantining for 14 days. This is after coming from a country which had COVID-19 cases. Of course, he came from Germany via Amsterdam, and of course came into this country, and he was told or given a directive that to of course to quarantine himself for 14 days, something which he never did. And he was arrested and placed at the Coast General Hospital, whereby after spending some time there, and doctors proving that, of course, his COVID-19, this is after getting better. Of course, the DCI officers in Mombasa pounced on him minutes after he was released from the Coast General Provincial Hospital, and of course taken into custody at the Port Police in Mombasa. And that it is that's what it is at the moment, the chronology of event. They have been in Mombasa. Of course, come 5th of May, we'll be back in this same court, of course, to hear or in the mentioning that has been given by the magistrate. And of course, we'll also be eager to hear what the prosecution team, being led by Edgar Mlamala and Clifford Tilo, what they'll produce based on the evidence which they will have concluded. Of course, yesterday they had applied an affidavit to be given 14 days to conclude their investigations. That's what we have for now from Mombasa County. Of course, we'll be giving you much more details or later, of course, because right now we are just looking forward to look for an interview with Saburi's defense team. That's what we have for now. Back to you, Betty Kiptum.
All right, thank you very much, Mondiga, there, our reporter from Mombasa, bringing us the latest on the case against Kilifi Deputy Governor Gideon Saburi, and he has been released on a 200,000 shillings cash bail and a surety of 500 shillings. Now, his travel documents have to be placed in court, and he will be quarantined for 14 days. Remember that he has been charged with exposing other people by just refusing to go, or rather failing to go on self-quarantine when he came from Europe. Well, that is the latest. We shall be bringing you more on that report. But now we continue with our interview here on KBC Channel 1. Remember, we were talking about matters loans and just how you can manage your finances at this tough time, with many Kenyans saving as well as borrowing loans from the SACCOs, the cooperative societies. And with me in studio is David Mategwa, the chairman of the Kenya Police SACCO. Mategwa, as we were talking about the issue of loans, is there any innovation that the cooperative societies can come up with to even cushion Kenyans at this time? Can they come up with a loan that is tailored to this moment?
Yes, and when I talk, maybe I can say one size does not fit all.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So when I talk, I don't mean that it can be across. Yes, SACCOs can come with a specific product that will caution their members. For example, using technology, it's because we are the issue of social distancing. Mm-hmm. We can come up with a loan, a special loan that can be borrowed with a specific features to make sure that we caution our people. We can say, let's give our people 30,000. Mm-hmm. They will pay when things get better, just to make sure we caution them in terms of putting their meal on the table for their families. Mm-hmm. That's what we can. That is what the boards and the management can come up with. It's very possible, and it depends on the muscle of the organization. Mm-hmm. Because SACCOs, before the government came up with the regulations, we were not very particular on capitalizing the institution. I think now we are now seeing the need of making sure that we capitalize our institutions. Mm-hmm. In such a times now, we can realize. I think that when the government came in the right time to come up with the regulations, because if we not have the regulations by now, I think all SACCOs will have closed by now.
Right.
Yes.
And if someone was to get these interest waivers or even the moratoriums, what would they have to prove to their lender, so to say, for them to get that? What are the steps that they need to take?
I said whatever loan I've just talked about is about you having your members on board. Mm-hmm. Because we know them.
Right.
We are the members. Mm-hmm. Ourselves, we are members because mm-hmm. we are elected from the membership. So we know one another. In cooperatives, we operate with the people we know.
Right.
So giving them that incentive, I think we know that they are still there, they're still our members who will recover this loan. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because at some times, every year, we have just paid our members more than 2.1 billion dividend. Mm-hmm. So if we give them a loan like that, recovering that money is possible. It's possible. We can do that in the near future. I'm just saying, is an initiative that we have as an innovation that can caution our members. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if someone is watching now and has a loan and is struggling, income-wise, what exactly do they need to have to convince their bank, their SACCOs, that they need this waiver? Do you need an income statement, or do you need to show that your business has closed down, or do you need to show that you're no longer receiving the salary you used to receive?
I'll talk of SACCOs.
Okay.
I'll not talk of other financial institutions, mm-hmm. because in SACCOs is where I am experienced.
Right.
So for a SACCO, I think somebody who is just cannot access any loan. I think if he goes to an office, for example, our offices, mm-hmm. and explain, because for us, when you give your payslip, we need to know ourselves, because people used to come with the fake pay slips. So we need also to click to your CRIS to see what the government or your employer pays you. So based on that, then we can, there are certain allowances we don't consider when we are giving loans. I think this will be the right time also to consider such a loans, to give at least somebody something to go back with home. And this is something also we need to have a conversation with the regulator, that these are, look at these times, there's hard times, and the regulator is so flexible. He's also looking at how we are also giving out loans, looking at our liquidity, so that we don't give loans and we don't have enough to give our members money. Yes.
So based on those parameters that you've just mentioned, is there a possibility that you might deny some people loans or reduce the amount that you can give them?
Yes, you know, we are in difficult times.
Very true.
We are in difficult times, and I know members will also understand that these are extra times, extraordinary times, that they are not the times that we used to do this. If the situation demands that we reduce the money that you have applied, no, I'm not talking of specific on the Kenya Police Circle, because Kenya Police Circle, we still have a room to run, give loans to our members as they come for it. I'm just saying for generally in the sector, members will also understand that I'm applying for this loan, I don't qualify, they are giving me this, so we just maybe take whatever we are given. Yes.
And these loans that you're giving to people, do you think that after the pandemic now, recovery, people are looking at the loans that maybe you'll give them, they might not get them eventually, the little money that they have, how can they make sure they use it prudently at this time?
My advice to the members of the cooperative movement is that this is not the right time to look for investment. This is not the right time. If you are coming for a loan, this is not the right time to go and start construction. We need to hold on a bit. This is the time people are struggling to feed themselves in the first place. Are we going to have food? Because the way things are, I don't know, I'm not saying I know, but I'm looking at how things are. We are getting advice from the government, briefs from the Ministry of Health every time. We have cases, we have increased these cases, and people have been arrested, partying, jumping from one party to another. You know, such a behavior, that will push the government maybe to have a total lockdown. And maybe if that will be also solve the problem, then we have to be ready for that. So we will reach a point where food will be a problem. So people should not maybe invest the little they have in other projects that will not bring, if you want to get maybe food, you will not get. So my advice is, let's hold on terms of going for bigger projects. Yes.
And beyond the pandemic now, how will things be looking like? Of course, you said we are yet to see how things go in the first place. So what is your hope?
Yes, I've said, globally, we don't have anybody in this world who has experience of such a kind of pandemic. So my feel is that we look at we can use the example of the recession, economic recession. What happens after that? I know we will pick the pieces after this pandemic, and I know the government will also come up with the modalities on how to recover the economy, and as they do that, also SACCOs will also, because we can't do much because we depend on the TPOS, as we have said. So our members are deducted, are paid salary, we deduct the deposit from them. So if our economy is stable, then also SACCOs will also perform very well. Yes.
Now, let's talk about the regulatory environment
Yes.
as it is right now. What would you say needs to change to support the current economy or the way things are right now? What needs to change, or should anything change in the first place?
My feel is, I think the way our lifestyle, many things are going to change. I think it will not be business as usual. We used to do things, I think it is going to change. And the way we are getting advice from the government, don't do this, wash your hands, I think from there, and I think this pandemic, the funny thing is that it's not a switch that we will switch off and say we are now okay, let's go back to normal life. It is not like that. I think it will be a process. We'll have people saying now we are okay, and reinfection will now continue again. People are being reinfected. So I don't know how it's going to look like after this. But hopefully, I know God is with us, and things will look better. And will change the way we behave, the way the community, the cultures. I think we are going to change many things. Yes.
And at this moment, even as we prepare for what we don't know yet,
yes,
is there anything that the society can do to lessen the impact? We cannot, of course, remove the impact altogether, but to lessen the impact.
Yes. For the circles, to make sure that we need to check our expenditures. If we had, because we had the budgets on how we are going to spend for the year, we are going to cut in terms of spending. We are going to make sure that we are minimizing the impact. And we also, through bulk SMS, will continue giving our members information that please, let's not do this, let's do this, let's behave like this. That's what we should be doing as a sector. Yes, using technology.
Using technology. And
yes,
it's interesting you mentioned that you use bulk SMS. This speaks to the role of corporates right now, generally corporates, to just support, say, the government in the messaging and ensuring that people get the right messaging. What would you say about that? The messaging about COVID-19.
Yes, because, we are part of the society. We are a part of the society. The message that we are passing to our members is the same message that we are getting.
Right.
The government is sending. So, as a sector, we help also the Ministry of Health, the message that is going out, the Ministry of Interior, what the message they are sending to the public. We are also using our means also to send messages, also saying what the government is saying, and also saying the benefit, if we follow what the government is saying, is that we will minimize. It's like when we say social distancing, we are saying you are avoiding infections. Or if you are infected, you avoid to infect more people. So if we do that, we are minimizing also the impact on our side. Because if we lose members through death, through this virus, then the sector will be affected. After this, we'll have less members, and we had a target on the membership we wanted to be in the next 4 or 5 years to come. Yes.
Right. And when you talk about even just taking up that civic duty, there are many companies across the world that have decided, well, business is not doing so well, why not donate some sandals to the health workers? Why not donate some food to the health workers?
Yes.
What is the sector doing in terms of corporate social responsibility at this moment?
Yes. My first remarks when I said that the Ministry of Agriculture, where the cooperative is as a department, they have come up with a committee on response on what you have said on social responsibility, where Police Circle we donated 3 million to make sure that they'll use that to look up at the social responsibility issue.
Right.
On the other hand, as police circle, as Kenya Police Circle, we are in conversation with the employer. We want to talk to our employer, the Inspector General, Deputy Inspector Generals. We see the mortality that we can impact, we can help, we can support as a circle to what they are doing. What can we contribute and see what are we going to donate to our members? You could see our members working during the night, making sure that you don't, if you are not of essential services, you are not getting out, you must remain at home. You should not go to close your bars, don't go and drink, don't go and partying. They are doing that and they are exposed to this danger. We want to see, we as a circle, what are we supposed to do to donate and help them? So that one will have a conversation with the IG. We are ready. With my board of directors and management, we have had that discussion that we want to support now direct to the membership. We want to impact directly social responsibility to our members. Maybe in the next 4 days, 5 days, we will be coming up with them, what we are going to support, what are we going to donate now differently to the direct to the members.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, we will be coming to that conversation, but now we want to take a quick short break. We will be coming back with more on matters, circles, cooperative societies, how they are managing, how we are supposed to manage in terms of loan repayment. Stay with us.
Next on.
Wewe, nikwambia hapa ndani kama nani? Na maana sio wewe alokufuata humu ndani.
Hata dada, mimi ninafanya kumuona sasa hivi alivyoingia.
Zuena, huyu mtu simtaki hapa kwangu. Rajabu.
Tutaonana siku nyingine.
Sawa, inshallah.
Wapi pesa? Pesa.
Tafadhali sana na kuomba, kuanzia leo, kuanzia dakika hii, usikanyage tena kwangu.
Tujali kazi zenu.
Hello Tiffany.
Has he taken anything?
Hapana, hakuna kitu badia yako nacho.
Okay, sawa. Well, Steph over here is already as stubborn as Anjugunu.
Just happened to be very good at becoming rude as well.
How did you get this job? Are you family?
What family? Do you have a problem?
Why are you people shouting?
This man thinks that he can come from wherever and come and teach me how to do my job.
Jill, really?
Oh, hi.
I'm fine.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I'm your brother.
This weekend on KBC Channel 1.
Never say never, Mister. Just pray that you don't fall into temptation.
Hey, Wasi Solomon. That is the third time you said pray today. Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't time be?
Guys, nowadays we have so many unfaithful people. So for my money to be safe, I must be one of the officials.
Ati nini? Over my ending bonding, that can never happen.
What are you guys talking about?
Looks like teacher is worried about his health. He's not sure he will live long enough to witness something extraordinary he'll be doing in the future.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
tonight on KBC Channel 1.
Pole sana. Nilikuwa nimeachilia mkono yake tu dakika moja tu, nikafesi side kutan tena hayuko.
Unamaanisha Amani?
Ulisimama kubuy belt. Jemo mtu wangu amelost ukibuy belt. Jemo was taking her to school and lost her.
Lost her? How do you lose a little girl?
Next on Corner.
Now that's my princess.
Thank you, Daddy. Are you taking me to school?
Zampeleka iswe.
Wachwani, niko chini. Ndio nakuzia kama bro. Hata ukitembea hadi uweze kupata na hiyo prize. Amani.
Nilikuwa nimeachilia mkono yake tu dakika moja tu, nikafesi side kutan tena hayuko.
Unamaanisha Amani?
Ilikuwa tu dakika moja tu.
Next on
Juju. Samani. Jitunze vizuri.
Bwana huo, kuna pesa kiasi gani kwenye kampuni ya Yuju mpya ya Chinjahe? Lakini sasa nimekuita usiku huu wa manane kwa sababu limetokea tatizo kubwa sana. Tafadhali. Wewe Bwana Jan, nisikilize kwanza. Nimekumbwa na tatizo kubwa sana. Wala sipendi kuomba pesa kwa wengine, lakini ninashindwa kabisa kulipa mkopo wa benki. Nitaishia tu kujiua mwenyewe.
Yuju, mwanga mkubwa, hebu toka hapa! Yuju!
Stay away from them. Don't mess with your mind, man.
Seem like you're looking for something. Is it this? Remember to have a good time.
Tell us your fantasy. We'll give you the memory.
What is it? What's wrong?
It's all a mistake. Nobody.
What are you doing?
My job.
Our marriage.
What can I say? I give good wife.
Whatever you think, you remember. It's not real. This person you think you are now, it's all a lie.
Tell me what's going on.
I'm just trying to recover what's in your head.
this Thursday on KBC Channel 1.
Ed, you want me to spy for you?
Did you hear those words come out of my mouth? When I need spies, I'll hire professionals.
You're joking.
Nimemtafuta kila mahali wangu ya kipole.
Amani's lost. Uncle Jimmy's taken all the boxes to go out and look for her, and I've called all the gyms.
Program that is objective and offers answers to matters economic, security, social, political, food, infrastructure, and setting the agenda. Join us for Charging Currents.
Very much for staying with KBC Channel 1. You are watching Bizcheck, and my name is Betty Kiptum. Here we are having quite some conversations. And now we want to talk about sustainable, inclusive businesses, and to just give us an overview of what this entails and how to ensure that at this time businesses take up their place is Karine Boomsma, the director at Sustainable Inclusive Businesses Kenya. Welcome, and thank you for joining us, Karine.
Thank you very much for having me virtually today.
Well, welcome. And if you could just take us through what a sustainable and inclusive economy means, just in a short while.
Very explain to you what we actually mean is that if you and you.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Well, we shall be getting back to Karine Boomsma there, the Director of Sustainable Inclusive Business Kenya. She will be talking to us about what that means. We just take a quick short break. We'll be back.
Next on.
Uniambia uko na mgeni malizawa hivi. Wewe, nikwambia hapa ndani kama nani? Na maana sio wewe alokufuata humu ndani.
Hata dada, mimi ninafanya kumuona sasa hivi alivyoingia.
Zuena, huyu mtu simtaki hapa kwangu. Rajabu.
Tutaonana siku nyingine.
Sawa, inshallah.
Pesa.
Pesa. Afadhali sana na kuomba. Kuanzia leo, kuanzia dakika hii, usikanyage tena kwangu.
Tujali kazi zenu.
Hello Tiffany.
Has he taken anything?
Hapana, hakuna kitu bado yako nacho.
Okay, sawa. Well, Steph over here is already as stubborn as Anjugunu.
Just happened to be very good at becoming rude as well.
How did you get this job? Are you family?
What family? Do you have a problem?
Why are you people shouting?
This man thinks that he can come from wherever and come and teach me how to do my job.
Jill, really?
Oh, hi.
I'm fine.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I'm your brother.
This weekend on KBC Channel 1.
Never say never, Mister, eh? Just pray that you don't fall into temptation.
Hey, Wasi Solomon. That is the third time you said pray today. Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be?
Guys, nowadays we have so many unfaithful people. So for my money to be safe, I must be one of the officials.
Ati nini? Over my ending bonding, that can never happen.
What are you guys talking about?
Looks like teacher is worried about his health. He's not sure he will live long enough to witness something extraordinary he'll be doing in the future.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
Welcome back. You are watching Bizcheck. Now I'm with David Mategwa, the chairman of the Kenya Police Circle here, and we are talking matters financial management during these tough times of COVID-19 pandemic. And as you were talking, Mategwa, you said that quite a lot will change in the future, and some has already changed. How has the whole pandemic affected operations even for your circle?
Yes, I've said this is a learning lesson. Like now the staff now we are using very few staff right now and doing the same work that people used to do when there were many. Okay. For a circle to operate, we need to have subcommittees, meetings, management meetings, board meetings to make some decisions. Since this pandemic came in place, we have seen a shift of how to conduct meetings. We thought that a meeting is only going to the boardroom.
Right.
And the chairman calling the meeting to order, saying you physical there. But now we have shifted. I did the board meeting for the end of March on video conference in my house. And all board members were sitting in the house, CEO sitting in the house, the general manager, ICT also in his house. But we could see one another and call the meeting as usual.
Right.
And I could even address a member by seeing the member that, why are you doing this? We need to make a decision now on whatever is happening. So we have seen that we can do a board meeting when board members are out of town, are out of the country, and we still convene a board meeting and make decisions. So using technology, our operation is just, we are doing operation as usual. We are having subcommittee meetings. Board members are meeting in various subcommittees through video conferencing. We also interact, see what is happening. The management are also having the meeting on a video conference. So a lot of things are going to change because after this, I think we will see the need and also minimizing the expenditure of traveling. Somebody traveling from Western, there is a board meeting. Coming for a meeting, you can still do some work wherever you are and convene a meeting, you finish the meeting and you continue with other business.
Right.
Yes.
It goes to say just how much people have been forced, if they had not already adopted the technology that is there. Right now, almost every company knows about the Zooms, the Skypes, and all those Google Hangouts, the meeting places, you know. So for the workplace, a lot will change, definitely. Do you think that it will also affect the need for actual human resource? Because now it's like companies are beginning to see that you don't need to have this much people in the office doing this thing. We can still work with less workforce.
I don't think so. I don't think that we'll take that approach.
Okay.
Yeah, we still need human intervention in most areas. Whatever is doing is just crisis management.
Yeah?
Yes, crisis management. Because we still need human intervention in other things. You know, you cannot move a file through when you can't move a file when you are at home.
But you can online.
Yes, but you know, there are certain things in the office which are they are supposed to be done, which needs somebody to be there. So what I will want to say is that I don't want to cause any panic in terms of people think they can lose their job because of the new way of working. We will still need these people. We still need the staff to be present. So I want to say, as the chairman of Kenya Police Circle, my members, the staff, their job security is there. We will not use this as one way of retrenching.
Right.
Instead, we have been conservative in employing in Police Circle. The number we have as the staff vis-a-vis the membership and the branches that we have opened, I think we have a leaner staff that will continue using it until we think of also increasing the number. Yes.
The board meetings you've been able to have, the committee meetings, do you think it's something that can continue beyond the pandemic? Would you have that happen in a normal setting?
Yes. We will want that to happen in some circumstances.
Okay.
For us, I think when I say to one size don't meet, I'm saying we as the Kenya Police Circle, we had adapted this technology already because even in the normal meetings, in the board meetings, we don't use files. We were always on e-board. So everybody has an iPad bought by the company, and everybody will send minutes, read the minutes. So when we come for the meeting, we just go direct to the business of the day. So I think, as you have said, we can still use the technology to have meetings. Yeah.
Right, but of course that is not to say now the human impact, the human interaction is finished.
No, you know, human interaction is very important in terms of leadership, in terms of customer related. My members will also want and come closer to the chairman and talk to the chairman and have that confidence that I've talked to the chairman about this issue. So what are you telling me? So that will continue being there. We'll still have those meetings. But I'm saying in special circumstances where we cannot convene in an office and have a meeting, we have those options of having those video conference meetings. Yes.
And you said that the SACCO, the Kenya Police SACCO, has already paid out about over 2 billion in dividends. We've seen quite a number of SACCOs taking up that challenge. What is the main aim of doing this, first of all?
One, in the cooperative sector, the SACCO sector, when you do business for the year, after the year you audit your accounts, you know, SACCOs are not for business. So whatever we make, little we make as profit, we do plow it back to the owners, to the members. So that's what we call a dividend. We have been doing that for years. And this is the approach the police SACCO adopted back in 2013 when I became the chairman of the Kenya Police SACCO. We realized that paying dividend, higher dividend rates without having money, having reserves, I think it was not prudent management.
Okay.
So we started also preparing the membership that don't cage the board in terms of higher dividend rate. You say, oh, chairman, you have done a good job, we want to re-elect you back. No, that should not be the issue. We look at how do we capitalize this institution? In hard times like now, do we have those reserves to caution the members when they come for loans? Because we are having a problem with the money. The government is having a problem with the money. So if we had not capitalized the institution, for example, the minimum contribution of a member of Kenya Police SACCO is 50,000. And the people thought we are crazy. They thought, why are you having this higher? But for us, we explained to the membership the importance of having this. That has enabled us to bring down the interest rates because we are borrowing this from the developed countries, the US, Australia, Canada, where we have very strong cooperative movement. They don't base on a dividend. Instead, they capitalize and push down the interest rates. That's what we have done. And we will continue capitalizing the institution so that we make it more liquid and have more product for our membership and caution our membership in terms of when we have a problem like the pandemic now. Because it will be disastrous when we tell them we cannot give loans. And this is the time for them to go and implement the people to go to quarantine and, people make sure they go, make sure that there is a curfew at 7. They need to have something. They must have eaten. So if they don't have money, I think it will be a challenge also for the government to implement the lockdown and whatever. So we thank God that God gave us wisdom to do that before other people. We have done that, and I think we must be one of the capitalists, the most capitalized SACCO in this country.
Okay.
Yes.
So what does that say now for the people, for the SACCOs who maybe had not thought about this prior to this pandemic?
I think this one is also in the regulations that you need to do more capitalization. This is where sometimes members with that lack of information, including petty, will push the Saudi SACCO to make sure, give us more. Police SACCO has paid 10.5, why can't you pay us 11? Without looking at when you are paying, what are we remaining with in terms of reserves? So this one is, we need to shift the thinking now, that we should not focus on the dividend, higher dividend rates. We should make sure that we capitalize more. When you capitalize the institution, you feel even good as a leader. As a CEO, you feel good when you as a staff, as a member. A member will be proud and say, my SACCO, police SACCO, I'll just apply today and get a loan today, even if it is 2 million. That is what we need all SACCOs to do in this country, not to focus on dividend. You can even forego dividend for 2 years. Say, if we are not liquid, why can't we forego? Because SACCOs are paying 200 million, 500 million. Police SACCO, we have paid more than 2 billion. If you go for 2 years, you have recovered, and the institution will be liquid, will be very strong. Yes.
So could that be an option this year?
No. Because we have SACCOs that have not done the annual delegates meeting.
Definitely, yeah.
And there are no meetings at all. I think the regulator has written a memo. There is a memo that the regulator has written to all SACCOs that have not conducted the ADM to pay their dividend if their accounts have been approved.
Okay.
They have been given a leeway to pay dividend to the members. Why are they doing this? Why is the regulator doing this? It's just being human that, the law requires that in the annual delegates meeting is when they approve the dividend to be paid. But because of the circumstances we are now, to caution the members, that is the only money they can get hold of. That is why the regulator, the commissioner of cooperatives have allowed SACCOs to give the members the dividend.
Yes. Of course, based on the rates that were agreed in the previous AGM, is that it?
No, when the accounts are approved, the rates, the percentage, the payment percentage is included in the accounts. So when the commissioner and the regulator says you can pay dividend if your accounts have been approved, that percentage is there. Yes.
So apart from capitalization, what will SACCOs now need to be doing beyond the pandemic, because they need to prepare for such times moving forward? What will they be doing differently?
When I say capitalization, we have also retentions and provisions. They must be doing a lot of provisions of bad loans. You look at now, all I think the loans, all loans are going to be bad loans now, because people are not in employment now for 2-3 months. We don't know how long it is going to take. So they need to do more retention. They make sure their reserves have money. Capitalization is just part of it. So there's a lot that you retain. When you do your business, you make sure you put some money in reserves. Yes, when you are paying dividend, there is retention, there is provision of bad debts. SACCOs should now beg on that and make sure that we are strong. And we need to prepare. Education and training, we need to give this information to the membership so that we don't get in trouble with the member, especially for the elective position like the one I'm holding. People might mistake, the chairman has mismanaged the organization, we need to vote him out today or now. So if you prepare them, because if you don't also educate your members, they'll remove you in the office with ignorance, without knowing what they are doing. But you give them information so that the day they want to remove you in the office, they are removing you in the office with the proper information that we have been given information, this is the time to do what? Yes.
All right. And you're talking about communication to members. How efficient is it right now to the members? You say that you use bulk SMS. What do you think other SACCOs are doing?
SACCOs that have not have a robust technology, they might be struggling to communicate to the members now, or because some are using magazines, they publish documents and send to the members, brochures. But now the situation we are now is about technology. It's about technology. If you don't have technology, then we'll have. So, Betty, that is another thing that we should, that conversation, we should have it, that the SACCOs should now embrace technology.
Right.
That is the way to go. That is where the business, running the business is. With that technology, how will you get the youth if you don't have a robust system?
Right.
Yes.
Of course, embracing technology is the message. Now, we want to join Karine Boomsma, the Director of Sustainable Inclusive Business, to just give us her take on ensuring that businesses are sustainable at this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. Karine, welcome. No, just 1 second.
Thank you very much.
Can you hear me, Karine?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You were telling us about what a sustainable and inclusive economy means. Could you just go on with that?
Yes, a sustainable and inclusive economy means actually that you as a business have a positive impact on people and planet, and that you are responsible throughout the value chain. So what we see currently is that there's a lot of disconnect between elements in a value chain, between people and nature and the environment, while it's actually all interlinked. So what we need to restore is really that connection, and that we are a business within an ecosystem. You don't operate on your own. And I think what you see now is that people are making an effort to be responsible, to try and share. Maybe they have come to a standstill, but they share their distribution channels to distribute sanitizers. You see that all those kind of things happen. And what we believe in is that that should be part of your business and your core business always, not only during a crisis. So we don't only depend on money on the end of the bottom line, but we actually depend on people and planet and profit, and that should be all interlinked.
All right. And Karin, do you think that businesses are aware of the fact that it's not just about making the profit, it's even about looking at the impact it has on the environment, on the community, the people around them? Do you think they're alive to that fact?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more awareness than there used to be. And we are facing so many challenges that we have to admit that we need to operate in a different way. The linear economy, as we currently have it, is taking resources, we make something out of it, and we only look at the production efficiency, cheap labor, cheap energy, and cheap production. And then after having pushed products into the society, we dispose them if we don't use them anymore. And that's far from sustainable, not only for us, not only for the environment, but also for businesses. So we need to look at a thriving economic model. And we see that a circular economy could be a very good model to apply, because there we phase out waste, we take care of our resources. Once you take a resource, becomes input, that output becomes an input again. That's ultimately what we're looking at, so the things can go round and round. In the process, you can start reusing materials. You design it in a different way, so they're much longer lasting. And in the reuse, also a part would be recycling. And that all offers jobs opportunities as well. At the same time, when we're not depending on importing resources, and we are much more careful about our resource management, we will boost our local economies tremendously. And that's what we see is now failing. And we see how dependent we are on different parts all over the world, but we're not responsible. So what you see now is big fashion shops closing down shops, but online deliveries, they can hardly keep up because they're not in charge of the people in the factory. They just place an order. So we need to bring back and restore connection between people, planet, and the profits.
Right. And what does the manufacturing sector have to do to ensure that they play their role in this circular economy, to ensure that the economy is circular? The manufacturing sector specifically.
Yeah, you see that the circular economy will be approached in different countries on different levels and different entry points. In Kenya, we're trying to look at the responsibility, what happens with waste, so to avoid massive amounts of waste in landfills. So we see that we are now currently setting up extended producer responsibility schemes for the manufacturing sector. But if you choose a specific packaging, it should not end up in the environment, neither on a landfill. And you can prevent that and pick up your responsibility and set up a system where you can collect those materials, recover the materials back, and make sure you can recycle them. Ultimately, you would like manufacturers to make a different choice for material use. So really redesign. Do we need to dispose? Is it really necessary to have so much single-use plastics around it? And also because the quality of recycled materials will become lower and less during the process. So ultimately, we need to redesign the choice for materials and the material use itself.
Right. You spoke about the issue of recollection of these waste materials. There are very many people who have these materials maybe in their houses, empty bottles, plastic bottles, but they can't reuse them or they don't know where to get them. What is the role of the government in ensuring that these systems are present even as they support the private sector?
Yeah. We need to raise awareness around it, and you need to set up an infrastructure that is also defined by law. Currently, the Waste Management Bill does contain lots of circular economy elements and also, for instance, sorting at site. So sorting at source and sorting at site. Once that bill has been accepted by Parliament, we can really implement and start implementing that. And obviously, the private sector and collectors and recyclers and manufacturers need to implement that system together. But one thing is also raising awareness and also labeling. At the moment, we do not have a system that provides for sorting as much as we actually would like to see it. But there's being work done around it, and we will expect the minute the bill becomes law, that it would be easier to shape a new waste management system around it.
And it's not just about waste management. There is, of course, the responsible use of even fertilizer when you're planting food. So it is quite an ecosystem that needs, it's every sector that needs to change the way it looks at things, right?
Yes, it's completely true, because again, that boils down to the disconnect. We can feel as a business we are not responsible, or it's very it's very expensive to invest, for instance, in wastewater management and treatment. But ultimately, we are eating the vegetables that grow down that stream. So we really need to realize that on all levels, we are all human beings. We're all part of society, and we're all citizens and consumers also in the end of the day. So yes, we have to look at how we treat our soil in order for us to also be able to provide everyone with healthy and nutritious food. And it's all linked together. So yes, we have a collective responsibility, and it's on all sectors.
Right, and as you talk about providing everyone with healthy and nutritious food, there's also the flip side of it, of ensuring that we use the land in a better way to ensure that we protect the climate that we have. Climate change has been quite a big problem. Could you speak to that?
Sorry, I didn't get the last bit, but I understand you're saying that the way we produce more food for everyone also implicates sometimes a downside on what kind of fertilizers we're using, etc. Is that correct?
No, I'm talking about the issue of the land management and land use in reference to climate change, the way it impacts the climate.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. At the moment, so that's also why we would look at a new way of agriculture, and we will call it regenerative agriculture. Again, it simply means that you basically have a positive impact on the soil and on the land you are using. What we also need to look at is a diet in itself. We need to move way more towards a plant-based diet. And obviously in Kenya and other parts of Africa, we're not so heavily impacting the environment with animal agri. But we have to realize that 70% of all the agri land we're using is actually used to grow animals and to have dairy or meat production. And that's actually not necessary, and it produces lots of carbon emission. And it's a lot of pressure on land use as it is. The other thing is that if you do agriculture in a way that is really good for the soil, it requires cross-cropping and it requires other technologies which we're fully capable of, and it will actually make your soil much better and your produce much more nutritious. But we need to also inform people and train people on how to do that and why that's so important.
And during the COVID-19 pandemic, since it started, there have been quite a number of lockdowns, less movement, less number of vehicles on the roads. And it has been evident that the earth seems to be healing. Some rivers are getting clearer, the air is getting better. What does this say about now, beyond the COVID-19 pandemic, what needs to change?
What needs to really change to beat these kind of crises is that we need to restore the harmony we have with nature. We need to realize it's actually about eco. And we have elevated ourselves from the ecosystem, where we're part of the animal world, and we have created an ecosystem where we put ourselves on top of it. And this applies to everything and anything. We are actually special animals, or not so special, but we have the capability of imagination. With our imagination, we've created systems. And we have to understand that if systems don't work and they do not make us resilient to face those crises, we need to choose to create new systems. And we're completely capable of doing it, but we need to be willing to do it. And we need to let go of the ultimate idolatry of only financial means.
And this of course goes into the business values that businesses have. What goes into changing business values to now have a look at the impact instead of just the profit?
Yeah, you would assume that if, like, let's face it, if you look at your financial report by the end of the year and you've made a profit, that doesn't guarantee you make the same profits next year. That's depending on so many more elements. So what we really like to promote is the integrated capital system, that if you do make a financial report, it's not only on the capital of finance, but it's also natural capital, intellectual capital, human capital, and your social and relation capital you have. So then you have all the components in place to build a system that you can rely on altogether, and you can respond much quicker, and you boost the local economies at the same time.
And there has never been a time more like now that there is need for businesses to just come and give to their communities, the communities that they are in. In what ways can they do that at this moment?
Yeah, it's true. It's great to see actually the solidarity, and there are businesses suffering big time. Let's face it, for instance, tourism is completely on a standstill, and people are having troubles to keep their employees going. And yet we see that especially those businesses that are suffering so badly, they are now using their transport to distribute soap, to make soap of the waste and leftover oils. We see farms that say, I can't get rid of my produce outside my county, but let's now buy those crops and feed the people in need. And we see lots of great business efforts where they share their talents, their skills, and any source and asset they can share now. And also we see that needs are being fulfilled. So what we've created is on sustainableinclusivebusiness.org. You can find a matchmaking platform specifically around this COVID challenge we are having at the moment, this crisis, where businesses can share what they have to share and meet what they need to actually keep others going, to keep the society going. So please, everyone can join. Any business that can share is welcome to find their match on the platform. It's called sustainableinclusivebusiness.org, and you will find a link to register and to upload your need or your share.
Thank you, Karin. That is quite an interesting initiative there. And is there, can a business say that they have too little to give?
Sorry, say again.
I'm asking if there is a place for a business to say that they have too little to give.
Yeah, there's definitely a space for it, and this platform would be great to do the matchmaking, but also to grow it to a bigger initiative. We would like to also share all the impact that's being generated now, and also convert it actually into future-proof values that we can take along, hopefully also once this crisis is over.
And once this crisis is over, of course, business will come back. possibly not to normal. Things will have changed by that time. Could you just talk to maybe the younger generation who are now taking up these businesses, being trained to get into the leadership positions? What do they need to have, the values they need to have to ensure that they are looking at a holistic perspective?
Yes, they need to, exactly that. They need to look at a holistic perspective. They're not a standalone. They're not just an entity on itself, what you are from 9 to 5. You're really part of a system, and there you need to add value. And the value is not only in terms of financial numbers. So you really have to look at the responsibility you have as a business. Do you contribute to issues? Are we solving problems together? Are we building something that can go on and on and on forever? So sustainability is really truly about being and sustaining yourself and to not get extinct as a business or as a human species. So we are quite hopeful, actually, because it's also an eye-opener. Bill Gates mentioned it as a corrector of the current system. Mm-hmm. And I really hope and believe it will boost and make the shift towards a circular economy much faster.
Right, so this is about harnessing the power of the people power, yeah?
It definitely is, and everyone should be included. And exactly that will be allowed by new systems. It's not, again, what you see, there's a factory and there's all these different kind of links, but the client itself doesn't even know how those people are being treated, what kind of living wages are in place. But it's really to restore the responsibility and to create systems that we all can rely on through good and bad times.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about matters energy and the responsibility that the governments have. Of course, many governments like Kenya has been trying to move to renewable energy and to ensure that they are just responsible in the way that they give energy to the people so that their businesses can thrive. What is the role of governments here?
The role of government is really to motivate everyone to use renewable energies, and that comes with incentives. I am not completely aware of the final numbers, but there used to be an exemption on solar energy products, mm-hmm. but not on all of it. I think some of the rules have changed during this current crisis, but yes, incentive programs around the sustain of solar energy, wind, any renewable resources should be promoted. But we should also have a system in place at the same time, because solar energy is great and the sun is free. But we need to, again, take care of the systems we put in place, because we have currently a lot of unmanageable solar product waste. So we have to look into that. But the government role is really to facilitate people to transition to renewable energy, to make it more cost efficient for people to do that. We are also much more resilient, because if we face power cuts, but we have a solar system, we still have power, even if we have to stay at home during a lockdown. So they really need to stimulate people to do that.
Right, and at a personal level, we've talked about the governments and the businesses. At a personal level, does an individual have a role to play in this?
On a personal level, we all have a responsibility as well, because we are consumers and we make choices every day on what we buy and what we don't buy. So the consumer's voice is always very strong, and sometimes it requires really a push. So I think as a citizen, we are responsible to feel responsible any time and any moment of the day in any entity we have. So it should not change from being at home and being a parent, then going to the office and you apply completely different responsibility principles. You should be a responsible citizen at all times.
And where do you get the information on what is right, or what you should buy, what you should not buy, how to use all these other things? Where do you get that information?
Yeah, There's still a lack of those kind of awareness campaigns. And also, if you do raise awareness around the fact that plastic has not been recycled yet, or that you can better buy another product, there should be an infrastructure in place to also implement it. Otherwise, people lose a bit of hope and they don't want to make an effort. For instance, we have a really nice app, but we would try to convert into a more relevant African model, is go on a plastic diet. And this app, which is called My Little Plastic Footprint, is actually showing you what you can do, whether you can better buy this shampoo bottle or you can replace it with something else, and to really cut down on the use of materials that you use once and that you then throw away. It should also be more visible on the product itself, so by labeling the products, and that's something the government can put in place. That is actually by law that you label the product as being, is it made out of recycled material? Can we recycle it? Is it being reusable? Or is it biodegradable? So we need to also look at that. And more comes into place and will show people how to best go about it.
Yeah, you've said there is quite a lack of awareness in terms of this information, and who needs to take up their role in ensuring that people are educated?
Yeah, it's a collective effort. And once you enter new stages in development, entering a new economy, you will have innovations where there's no law yet in place. So you have to shape the law after an innovation. Some other issues will be tackled by pressure of the consumer, others by just a ban. I mean, the plastic bag ban was very successful. It's just a ban and everyone does it. It's a bit like the curfew. It's a law and everyone is doing it. So it needs a sort of sandwich approach, and we need to be all in. It needs to come from the private sector, the government, citizens, civil society, all collectively together.
You've talked about the bill, the ban on the single-use plastics, that most people are doing it. There has been some reports that there are underground markets for these. How can the law deal with it, the law enforcers deal with this?
Yeah, for the single-use plastics, we have to be very clear. The single-use plastic ban that's coming up on the 5th of June is covering only 10 items that are being found in the environment most, and therefore being labeled as very difficult to manage litter and pollution. So it's not all, because if you walk into a supermarket, almost everything is packed in plastic. There's hardly anything, and that's all single use because you throw it in the bin straight away. So we, for the single-use plastic ban, that's only in restricted areas and tourist areas, and it's not in general. And so you will still be able to buy, for instance, cotton buds probably in the supermarket, but hopefully, because you cannot, it's banned on other areas, you probably will find alternatives. So slowly, with those kind of bans, we will find alternatives for single-use plastic we really don't need. And at the same time, we also need to look at other items that are still not on a list of ban and that are used because it's you want hygienic packaging, you want to have lightweight packaging, etc. And we really need to rethink, do we need those materials for that specific purpose? And what do I do at home? Because to be honest, I mean, I also end up with a tremendous amount of single-use packaging just because you cook for your family. And you wonder whether it's all necessary to have it packed like that.
So where do you get the balance between phasing out the use of plastic and ensuring that we don't expose the forest cover to just more paper being made so that we can get the biodegradable material? Where is the balance?
Sorry, I didn't get the last bit of your question.
Yeah, I'm asking, where do you find a balance between ensuring that you're phasing out the plastic, but at the same time you are not exposing the forest cover that there already is to making more paper to ensure that we have biodegradable packaging?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's correct. You don't want to now sacrifice your forest, because that's another issue we can talk about another day, in terms of climate change and loss of forest and biodiversity mainly. So I agree. So what we need to do is look critical at the alternatives you need to use, if at all you need alternatives, or the quality of the plastics and the materials we're currently using. So we can also look at, can we not reuse it again? Can we remanufacture with it again? And can we maybe recycle it? So those are already alternatives for not paper as such. And then we have a lot of innovations going on where we use different materials from paper that can replace plastics. So for instance, there are trying to figure out whether with starch products, we can also create alternatives to plastics for some of the purposes we're using it for. Other plastics, which are not single use, will require also a much higher quality, like for instance, a printer. And a printer should have such high quality plastic that the owner, the producer of the printer, the HP, for instance, printers, are responsible to actually take back the printer, refurnish it to update the product. And then you don't have to use new plastics for that, but just a few new components that will boost the machine itself. So it's really about rethinking and redesigning materials, and not just by replacing anything and everything with either glass or paper.
Right. Thank you very much, Karine. And what are your closing remarks as we come to the end of this interview?
I would like to express there's really much, it's a big crisis, and we're really aware on how it's impacting each and every one of us, while there is not so much cohesion between everyone. So this is a worldwide crisis, and we suddenly realize how interdependent we are. And I think it's a good wake-up call to look at what actually has it taught us. Like, we can work more from home. We can do transport and road use in a different way. We have clear skies. We have a lot of solidarity. We restore actually local communities and businesses. So I think it's a very good word Bill Gates is using by saying, I really hope it's a great corrector, and it will speed us, every one of us, not only businesses, to create a new economy where everyone is thriving, and where we let go of eternal growth.
Thank you very much, Karine Boomsma, the Director, Sustainable Inclusive Businesses Kenya, just giving us an overview of how we can make these work better for us, have better management of waste, upcycling, recycling. Thank you very much, Karine. We now take a quick short break. We'll be back with more.
Next on
Tazama, nataka kupeleka mtu unafikiria mtoto safi, tunapeleka mkono hivi. Asifanani mtu kama huyo. Tanipaka hiyo rangi.
Napata mtoto wako hali mbaya, nikachukua mtoto nikapeleka hospitali. Kenyatta aliishi almost 1 year.
It all started with a mild headache. I took some paracetamols. The next day it became severe. I took all the paracetamols you can think of.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Huyu nani baba?
Kwa taarifa yako.
You guys, leave me alone. Huwa haraka. Mwanifanya mimi mpumbavu. How many times must I tell you?
You've got to take responsibility of your actions. You can
is all about family, all about relationships. That build up betrayals. Revenge.
I am the only one to blame for all of your faults. So now you admit it. Please shoot her now!
Tempers flaring.
You and your people used Monte Cristo to bankrupt my husband's ranch, and you know it.
Go back or I'll kill her.
And ultimately, it's all about love. Telenovelas on KBC Channel 1. Elena's Ghost, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Behind closed doors, Sundays at 10 p.m.
Thank you for staying with Bizcheck on KBC Channel 1. My name is Betty Kiptum, and in studio here we have David Mategwa. We were discussing matters financial management, the cooperative societies, their health at this moment, and what they are doing to ensure that they make it past the COVID-19 pandemic. Mategwa, many people have not had their AGMs yet, will they?
Not yet. There are some who have not. Some have done, especially the big circles. Most of them, they had done the ADM. That is Mwalimu Sacco, Arambe Sacco, Stima Sacco, Kenya Police Sacco, of course. But others have not done the ADM. Yes.
So now what will happen now that probably they will not have an AGM in good time this year?
Yeah, the law demands that it should be done at the end of, this should be the last days, the end of this month should be the deadline. But because of the circumstances and the time, the crisis we are in, the commissioner has given, was the one who cancelled the meetings because of what the government has cancelled all the meetings to her. So what will happen is that after this, because the regulator has also allowed the management and the board to pay the dividend, at some point, because the operation of the circle should continue, I believe at some point also the regulator will also come in and give an okay to the circle to spend, because they have a budget that is supposed to be approved to continue with the operations of the organization. So I think we will have, after this, those circles will be allowed to have their annual delegates meeting, because that is where also board of directors are given mandate, because we normally have a rotational, people are rotating on a rotational basis for election. So there are some who are facing elections, they need to be elected. So they will have a meeting, whichever time that after this, the government, maybe the time everything will be okay, the meetings will continue.
The meetings will
and
continue.
it will be legal. Yes.
Let's talk about how the circles are working with the communities around them, because there are very many in Kenya. There are quite some entities that can assist communities around them. What is your circle doing?
I think what we have been doing before this pandemic, just to touch on the community's life, we have been educating orphans, children of our former members who passed on. We have been educating them from Form 1 to the university level. We have also been touching the community by also visiting homes, children's homes, and donating some food stuff. We have also come up with we we are doing a 25 million block with 9 classrooms in Utumishi Girls. And that is touching on the community because that is not only for the police, it's a national school for every Kenyan who will attend. So that the Kenya police is touching on the lives of other people. We also normally donate to our members wherever they are, the DSTV in remote areas, water tanks where they have shortage of water because our members are spread all over the country, and some areas there's a problem with water. We donate tanks, water tanks. We donate DSTV kits to make sure that they can also see what is happening in the world. We also make sure that we donate gym kits in our trainings. Kenya Police College, we have come up with a gym, and we are doing a lot of things, and we continue doing that. And what I have said that we, the board of directors and the management, we are in discussions with the employer. We'll be having a discussion with the IG, deputy IG. We see how we are going to come in to support our membership directly. We see whether is it food, is it gloves, is it mask, is it whatever, and we see how the logistics, how they can reach our members wherever they are.
Right, and we were talking just a few minutes ago with Karin Boomsma about the sustainability of businesses. SACCOs impact a lot on people's lives.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you think that SACCOs are alive to the impact that they are having on the people's lives, as well as even doing more?
In fact, if there are people who are making an impact to the community, there are SACCOs. Mm-hmm. Because SACCOs, we are close to the people, and the people know the leadership, and they own the SACCOs. The SACCOs are ready for this challenge. Since we started regulation, SACCOs are just operating like any other financial institutions, and they are really helping the members. The development we are seeing in the counties, most of those developments come from the cooperative sector, comes from the SACCOs loans. You see people building good houses, people starting business, comes from our SACCO loans.
Right.
Yeah.
So moving forward, what are your closing remarks?
My closing remarks is let's follow the advice from the government. Let's stay home, let's wash our hands, and let people not make police look bad by telling them not to drink, by telling them not to move from one county that is locked. Just let them stay wherever they are, and all of us, we are going to be safe and continue praying God that things get well soon.
That is definitely the hope of you, myself, and all Kenyans. Definitely. Yes. Thank you very much. That is David Mategwa there, the chairman of the Kenya Police SACCO. And we have been talking about how SACCOs are surviving at this moment. They are playing their role in ensuring that their members get the loans that they need, that even giving financial advice on how you can manage with the little coins that you may have at this time. Thank you very much for watching Bizcheck. Up next is Tamrini with my colleague Timothy Kipnusu. My name is Betty Kiptum. Do have yourself a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.
Next on.
Tazama, nataka kupeleka mtu unafikiria mtoto safi. Unapeleka mkono hivi. Sasa vitu kama huyo. Tanipaka hiyo rangi.
Napata mtoto wako hali mbaya, nikachukua mtoto nikapeleka hospitali. Kenyatta aliishi almost 1 year.
It all started with a mild headache. I took some paracetamols. The next day it became severe. I took all the paracetamols you can think of.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Avant-garde and theatrical, London Fashion Week showcases emerging new talent and wonderfully dramatic designs. Once famous for its catwalk antics by precocious designers, it is now a smaller and slicker fashion event. London Fashion Week is one of London's premier events. The audience it attracts is an interesting combination of Hollywood stars, music celebrities, fashion gurus, retailers and the press. The biannual showcase for British fashion is a much sought-after experience. Amongst the world leaders in innovation and design, London Fashion Week is the platform for both established labels and the newest names in the industry. With over 150 designer exhibitors and over 50 catwalk shows on the schedule, London is the place to be if you want to be seen. Having a reputation for fostering young talent, some of fashion's great names have come out of London. John Galliano, Alexander McQueen, Phoebe Philo and of course Stella McCartney are just a few. Then you see the great American designer Tom Ford choosing London as his home base. With such a creative and supportive environment, it's no wonder these talented artists call London home. At the 2004 Spring-Summer Show, established London fashion name Ben DeLisi showed a contrasting collection. Silk, georgette and chiffon were the key fabrics, but denim and leather also put in an appearance. Predominantly black and white, he also put in splashes of hot pink, lime green and aquamarine. Ben is best known for his glamorous evening wear, with actress Kate Winslet wearing one of his creations at the Oscars ceremony in 2002. He also designs a toned-down collection for British high street chain Debenhams. Often there are a large percentage of designers at London Fashion Week that are not born in Britain, but London is seen as the launching place to establish and grow a successful business. Self-confessed grandfather of cutting edge, Roland Mouret left his hometown of Paris in the late 80s. First shown at London Fashion Week in 1998 with just 15 pieces, the designer won a Vidal Sassoon Award for cutting-edge talent in 2002. While some designers succeed in London, others, like Julian MacDonald, feel the need to show in Paris or Milan. A London Fashion Week regular, 2004 could be his last display. Julian is a celebrity favourite, with clients including Kylie Minogue, Liv Tyler and Jennifer Lopez. Not only are the designers in demand, but so are the supermodels. Jodie Kidd and Jaquetta Wheeler are favourites of the event, while Naomi Campbell and Claudia Schiffer pick and choose their designers. But lately we are seeing a new breed of model hitting the catwalk, led by rock and roll offspring Elizabeth Jagger. London Fashion Week is a great starting point for these up-and-coming artists. Steeped in talent and high on exposure, it demonstrates to the world the best of British fashion.
Next on.
Tazama, nataka kupeleka mtu unafisalamia mtoto safi. Tunapeleka mkono hivi. Asisalamia mtu kama huyo. Tanipaka hiyo rangi.
Napata mtoto wako hali mbaya, nikachukua mtoto nikapeleka hospitali. Kenyatta aliishi almost 1 year.
It all started with a mild headache. I took some paracetamols. The next day it became severe. I took all the paracetamols you can think of.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Huyu nani baba?
Kwa taarifa yako.
You guys, leave me alone. Huwa haraka. Mwanifanya mimi mpumbavu.
How many times must I tell you? You've got to take responsibility of your actions.
Is all about family, all about relationships. That build up betrayals. Revenge.
I am the only one to blame for all of your faults. So now you admit it. Please shoot her now!
Tempers flaring.
You and your people used Monte Cristo to bankrupt my husband's ranch, and you know it.
Go back or I'll kill her.
And ultimately, it's all about love. Telenovelas on KBC Channel 1. Elena's Ghost, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Behind closed doors, Sundays at 10 p.m.
Stay away from them. Mess with your mind, man.
You seem like you're looking for something. Is it this? Remember to have a good time.
Tell us your fantasy. We'll give you the memory.
What is it? What's wrong?
It's all a mistake. Nobody. What are you doing?
My job.
Our marriage.
What can I say? I give good wife.
Whatever you think, you remember. It's not real. This person you think you are now, it's all a lie.
Tell me what's going on.
I'm just trying to recover what's in your head.
Ni siku nyingine njema tukutana hapa kwenye Tamrini ya Channel 1 leo ikiwa ni siku ya Alhamisi tarehe 16 mwezi Aprili mwaka 2020 na tumai mtazamaji ubweri wa afya mahala popote ulipo ukiendelea kwa makinifu zaidi dhidi ya gonjwa la corona mtazamaji, na hii leo basi tunaendelea kuzungumzia athari za corona hapa katika taifa hili, ikizingatiwa kwamba hapo jana waziri wa afya Mutahi Kagwe aliweka bayana visa vingine 9 vya maambukizi na kupelekea idadi ya watu ambao wameweza kuathirika na gonjwa hili kufikia 225 huku 10 wakifariki mtazamaji. Na habari njema ni kwamba watu 12 waliweza kuondolewa hospitalini baada ya kupona ugonjwa huo na kupelekea watu ambao wamepona ugonjwa huu kufikia 53. Na haya yanajiri huku baraza la magavana likiendelea kuweka mikakati kabambe ya kupambana na gonjwa hili. Leo basi nitakuwa nazamia swala hilo hasa kupiga msasa serikali za kaunti, ikizingatiwa kwamba afya imegatuliwa, wanafanya nini kuweza kudhibiti hali au visa vya maambukizi. Nitakuwa nazungumza kwenye kitengo cha mahojiano na Kevin Osido ambaye ni afisa mkuu mtendaji wa shirika la County Government's Watch, shirika ambalo limekuwa mstari wa mbele kupiga msasa utendakazi wa serikali za kaunti. Hali kadhalika nitakuwa vile vile nazungumza na Dan Migosi ambaye ni mhadhiri katika chuo cha Harvest. Lakini mambo ya kwanza lazima yafanyike kwanza, tupate shajara ya wanahabari. Karibu mtazamaji, andamana nami hadi tamati. Nafahamika kama Timothy Kipnusu, mfasiri wa lugha ya ishara ni Lensa Odingo. Moja kwa moja tunachanganya guu hadi kwenye gatuzi la Mombasa kutathmini jinsi hali ilivyo, ikizingatiwa kwamba kuhusiana na kukamatwa kwa naibu gavana wa gatuzi la Kilifi Gideon Saburi ambaye aliweza kukaidi ile amri ya kutojitenga baada ya kutoka kule Ujerumani, na kesi yake imekuwa ikiendelea kule kwenye gatuzi la Mombasa, na naarifiwa kwamba ameweza kuachiliwa kwa dhamana ya shilingi 200,000 pesa taslim na kuamrishwa kwamba hasiwezi kutangamana na wale washahidi, kwamba mashahidi wamekuwa wakihofia maisha yao, wamekuwa kuwa na hofu kwamba maisha yao yamo hatarini. Kwa hivyo hebu tupate taswira kamili ya jinsi hali ilivyo kwa sasa.
Shukran sana mwenzangu Timothy Kipnusu. Tunakujia moja kwa moja kutoka katika kaunti ya Mombasa ambapo kiasi cha muda kama dakika 30 zilizopita naibu gavana kaunti ya Kilifi Gideon Saburi tayari ameweza kuachiliwa katika mahakama ya Mombasa. Ameweza kuachiliwa kwa shilingi ama kwa dhamana ya shilingi 200,000 ama pia vile vile akaweza kuelezea kwamba kando na kulipa dhamana ya shilingi 200,000 pia vile vile kuweza kutoa ile dhamana ama kuweza kutoa dhamana ya shilingi 500,000 pesa taslim na mdhamini wa kiasi sawia na hicho, lakini ameweza kuachiliwa tayari kwa dhamana ya shilingi 200,000 na hakimu mwandamizi katika mahakama ya Mombasa ambaye ni Elvis Micheka, na vile vile ameweza kutoa maagizo kuhusiana na uamuzi huo, na maagizo hayo ni kama ifuatavyo. Ameweza kuelezewa bayana ya kwamba kuweka zile stakabadhi zake zote za usafiri kuweza kuzipeleka katika mahakama, na pia vile vile kuweza kuwa katika karantini kwa siku 14 hapa katika kaunti ya Mombasa, na vile vile agizo lingine ambalo lilikuwa ameweza kuwekwa bayana na hakimu mwandamizi katika kaunti ya Mombasa Elvis Micheka ni vile vile asijaribu katika njia yoyote ile kuweza kuwazungumzia au kuwafikia mashahidi katika kesi yake, na pia vile vile ameweza kuelezewa bayana kwamba kuweza kufuata maagizo kamili yalivyowekwa na mahakama katika kaunti hii ya Mombasa. Na vile vile katika uamuzi wake hakimu mwandamizi Elvis Micheka aliweza kuelezea bayana ya kwamba katika kifungu cha 49 katika sheria za Kenya, mtu yeyote yule aliyeshtakiwa katika mahakama ana haki ya kuweza kupewa dhamana, na akaweza kuelezea kwa undani ya kwamba kuhusiana na uchunguzi ulioweza kufanywa na upande wa mashtaka ambao ukiongozwa na bwana Clifford Tilo pamoja na Edgar Mlamula aliweza kuelezea bayana ni kwamba mshukiwa aliweza kupatikana na makosa, na kama ilivyo desturi ama kama ilivyo katika sheria hii ambayo kwa sasa ukienda kinyume na agizo la serikali la kutokuwa katika karantini baada ya kutoka katika taifa.
Na kunradhi mtazamaji kwa mushkili wa mitambo kutoka kwenye gatuzi la Mombasa, lakini huyu amekuwa mwanahabari wetu ambaye bila shaka ni Michael Mwandinga akitufahamisha yanayojiri kule, hasa kuhusiana na naibu gavana wa gatuzi hilo Gideon Saburi, ambaye amedokeza kwamba ameachiliwa kwa dhamana ya shilingi 200,000 lakini amelipa shilingi 500,000 na mdhamini sawa kiasi na hicho ili kuweza kuachiliwa, japo ameweza kutahadharishwa dhidi ya kuweza kuwahusisha au kuzungumza na wale mashahidi ambao hapo jana ilibainika kwamba wamekuwa wakihofia maisha yao au wamekuwa wakipata habari ambazo ni za vitisho. Bila shaka vile vile amedokeza kwamba amewekwa kwenye karantini kwa siku nyingine 14. Kumbuka kwamba aliweza kukaidi amri ya kutotoka kuweza kutangamana baada ya kutoka kule Ujerumani na kukaidi ile kifungo cha 28 ya sheria za afya ambayo ni ya sura 42 ya kutotangamana. Bila shaka hali ikiwa shwari, Michael Mwandinga atakuwa anatupatia ufasaha wa taarifa hiyo hapo baadaye. Turejea hapa studioni kama nilivyodokeza leo, basi tutakuwa na zamia kupiga msasa serikali za ugatuzi au serikali za county, ikizana kwamba kama nilivyodokeza afya imegatuliwa. Je, serikali za county inaajibika ipasavyo katika kusaidia taifa hili kupambana na visa vya maambukizi, ambapo hapo awali waziri wa afya Mutahi Kagwe amedokeza kwamba huenda visa vikafikia 10,000 ifikiapo mwezi wa Aprili. Nitazungumza hii leo na Kevin Osido ambaye ni afisa mkuu mtendaji wa shirika la County Government's Watch, na vile vile Dan Migosi ambaye ni mhathiri katika chuo cha Harvest. Nikianza na Osido, kwanza kabisa karibuni sana kwenye kitengo cha mahojiano.
Asante.
Osido, pengine zungumzia kauli ya hapo jana ya waziri wa afya Mutahi Kagwe ambaye kidogo aliibua hofu hapa nchini kwamba huenda visa vya maambukizi vikaongezeka hata zaidi, hata vifo, na akadokeza kwamba mataifa ambayo yameweza kudhibitisha au kuweza kuonyesha visa vingi vya mauaji au vifo, vile vile mataifa hayo yalikuwa yanakili visa vya maambukizi kama taifa hili. Zungumzia kauli hiyo.
Nafikiri kwa hakika serikali kuu na kwanza kuzingatia wizara wa afya, nafikiri kile ambacho wameweza kukifanya ni kuzingatia model ya nchi yetu ya Kenya, kuzingatia zile trends ambazo tunaziona katika global level na hata regional level na continental level katika continent yetu ya Afrika. Kwa hivyo kule mwanzoni walitupea model ambayo walikuwa wanaifuatilia kama wizara ya afya, na wakizingatia pia wale wengine wenye wako katika baraza la mawaziri. Kwa hivyo kulingana na ile modeling na ambayo ilitangazwa na Director General wa Wizara wa Afya, nafikiri hofu ni kuwa Wakenya sisi wenyewe tumejipanga kivipi. Kwa hivyo sababu kila siku na pengine kila siku tukipewa habari tunaombwa tuweze tukazingatia zile directives za government ama za serikali, lakini swali ni sisi wa Kenya tunazifuatilia ama kuna zile gaps ambazo tunazizingatia. Kwa hivyo nafikiri hofu ambalo liko ni kuwa hatujajipanga kama serikali, alafu pia sisi kama wananchi ni nini ambacho tunakifanya ili tuweze tukazingatia zile directives za government. Ya pili ni kuwa kulingana na zile expectations na mipango ambayo imewekwa kati ya national na county governments, kwa sababu wajua ya kuwa CS ama waziri alisema ya kuwa ile ambayo tunaiona sasa hivi ni communal infections. COVID inaendelea kuwa passed through different communal engagements za sisi kama Wakenya tunapoendelea how we are engaging with each other. Kwa hivyo nafikiri kama tunaweza endelea kuzingatia preventive measures na pia tuongee na county governments waweze wakaweka preventive measures, sidhani kama tunaweza fika katika zile figures ambazo wizara la afya zinazi-expect ama zina project.
Bila shaka asante sana Osido. Pengine mtazamo wako Migosi kuhusiana na kauli ya waziri wa afya kuhusiana na visa vya maambukizi, na je Wakenya wanavyoendelea kufanya mapuuza kuhusiana na gonjwa hili inaweza kuti?
Kwa msimamo wangu ama kuona kwangu ni kana kwamba kwa kweli serikali imejaribu vile iwezavyo, na kwa sababu hakuna wakati tumekuwa na changa kama hili na changamoto kama hizi, mambo mengine kama sisi wa Kenya tunayaona sasa hivi ni ya kwamba ni mapya kabisa. Maana hatujafika katika crisis kama hii. Tumeona ya kwamba mambo yanaenda haraka. Unapoangalia ugonjwa wa corona unaenda kwa kasi sana, na ni homa ingojei, haina dawa, haina lolote. Mtu ni kuweka tu katika quarantine, pengine mwili wa mtu ama immunity yake iweze kumsaidia. Lakini kwa msimamo wangu naona kana kwamba serikali inajaribu yale mambo imefanya, ugatuzi imefanya ni vema. Shida ni ya kwamba mahali tunafanya ugatuzi pale hatuna watu hawajaelimishwa ya kutosha ili aweze kuweza kufanya yale mambo ilivyo. Na Wakenya tumeendelea kugaidi mambo yale tunaambiwa. Lakini iwapo sisi kama Wakenya tungezingatia ile social distance, ukae mita 1, mita 2 mbali, iwapo mtu atasikia ni kana kwamba anaoma fulani, ana joto, anasikia hako kamili, kama amekuwa katika watu wengi aweze kuondoka. Iwapo sisi tungeweza kuondoka katika makusanyiko ya watu wengi, iwapo sisi tunanawa mikono kila wakati, kusanitize, iwapo pia utaosha mavazi zetu, nyumba zetu na mazingira yetu haya masafi, na iwapo utasikia mwito wa serikali vile tunavyofanya, naona kana kwamba tunaweza kupiga hili janga. Na ile nambari ilikuwa imesemekana ya kwamba itakuwa zaidi ama 10,000 ifike mwisho wa mwezi huu, haitaweza kufika kwa sababu ya zile juhudi zenye serikali imefanya na Wakenya wameweza kuzingatia.
Na pengine kuhusiana na swala hili kizamia bado kwenye serikali za county ni Osido, hapo jana serikali za county kupitia mwenyekiti wa baraza la magavana Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya iliweka bayana kwamba takriban shilingi bilioni 5 zimeweza kutolewa na kuweka kwenye ile kitengo cha dharura au ile hazina ya dharura kupambana na janga hili. Japo waliibua wasiwasi kuhusiana na masuala kadha wa kadha, ikiwemo kuhusiana na ile vifaa vya matibabu ambavyo vinastahili kununuliwa ili kuweza kusaidia kuwapima wa Kenya ikiwa pengine wameambukizwa na virusi hivi vya corona. Pengine wazo lako kuhusiana na magavana kudokeza kwamba wasiachie ile halmashauri ya kusambaza vifaa vya matibabu KEMSA kuweza kuwajibikia swala hili, kwamba wao vile vile wapewe nafasi waweze kutafuta vifaa mbadala kwa kutumia njia mbadala kando na KEMSA. Unasema nini?
Wajua, health iko devolved. Kwa hivyo serikali zetu za county pia itabidi wao wajionyeshe ya kuwa wana uwezo na tena wamejipanga vilivyo ili waweze wakakumbana na jangwa la COVID-19. Kwa hivyo katika zile mikakati ambazo serikali za gatuzi ama county government zimeziweka, itakuwa ni kwangu nafikiri ni hoja sawa kama wao pia wataweza wakatenga fedha kama shilingi bilioni 5, lakini shida pengine itakuwa ni namna ya kutumia hizo fedha, sababu wajua ya kuwa zile fedha ambazo zaenda katika serikali za county mpaka zipitie county assemblies, lakini hatujaona kama county assemblies nyingi zinaketi katika zile sessions zao ili waweze wakajadili na wapitishe hizo fedha. Kwa hivyo pengine kutakuwa na challenge kwa serikali za county kutumia hizo pesa, lakini ni ishara vema kuonyesha ya kuwa wanaweza jitokeza waweze wakaweka pesa kama bilioni 5. Ya pili ni kuwa wajua ya kuwa itabidi pia serikali zetu za county zionyeshe ile intergovernmental relations kati ya national governments na county governments, sababu jangwa hili la COVID-19 sio tu ni shida ambayo inawakumba wale serikali za county, lakini ni shida ambayo kila mara tunaona kama hata wizara wa afya pia wanajitokeza, wanasema zile mikakati ambazo wameziweka na wanatoa ile directives ambazo kila Mkenya popote alipo itabidi nawe pia ayazingatie. Kwa hivyo itabidi tuone mpango maalumu kati ya national government na county government, ule ushirikiano, sababu pia tuko na sheria ambazo zinafaa guide namna county governments na national governments zina engage, lakini tunajua ya kuwa health ni function ambayo iko devolved katika katiba yetu, na kwa hivyo itabidi tuone ni vipi hata zile government agencies kama KEMSA na au wengine pia wanajiingiza ili tuweze tukaona ule mpango ambao wao wenyewe kama national government agencies ni nini wanaofanya ili waweze waka engage ama wa integrate pamoja na county governments.
Bila shaka. Pengine Migosi unasema nini? Maanake kuna vile vile mdahalo kwamba huenda kutakuwa na mianya ya ufisadi hasa kuhusiana na masuala ya kutumia fedha hizo. Ikizingatiwa kwamba kuna county ambazo tayari vidole vya lawama vimenyoshewa kuhusiana na fedha ambazo zinatumika kusaidia kupambana na janga hili.
Ni vema, kwa maono yangu ni kana kwamba iwapo serikali kuu itashirikiana na county itaweza kufanya vizuri. Na ni vema ya kwamba county government wametoa hizo shilingi pengine milioni 5 ziweze kuchangia kuweza kusaidia ili janga. Lakini kuna jambo limeonekana tayari wazi ya kwamba kuna watu wengine katika county, na inaonekana itaenda huu mwendo ya kwamba walikuwa nangojea jambo kama hili litokee. Wakati janga limetokea, wanapata mwanya wa kuweza kubora zile pesa. Ndiposa unaona kana kwamba wakati kuna janga kama hili, iwapo litawachiwa watu wafanye kulingana vile wanavyotaka, ingawaje health ama afya imekuwa devolved, wao wanaweza tumia ili janga kujinufaisha peke yao, kwa sababu ili ni jambo gumu sana, ni jambo kubwa. Mimi kwa niaba yangu ningeonelea kana kwamba kama tungekuwa na sehemu moja tu ama mbili ama chache za kuweza kufanya procurement, zile zitakuwa na accountability, ili ya kwamba tuweze kupata nani amepata ile tenda, amepata kwa bei mzuri, na quality ya ile vifaa zinazokuja ziwe ni vifaa vizuri, kwa sababu watu wengine wa county naamini ya kwamba atanga waje tuna wahudumu wa kiafya pale, wengi wale wanaofanya procurement sio watu wa afya, ni wale watu tu wa kawaida wanasema tununue hii. Lakini iwapo watu wale wa county wangeshirikana na mahali kama hasa KEMSA, watu kama wale ama any other government agencies, kuweza kuchukua zile vifaa zinazofaa, zile za quality zinazofaa, maana sio vifaa zote ziko nzuri, zingine zinaonekana kama ni fake, zinaweza kuwa ni fake na haziwezi kusaidia. Na kuwa na vifaa zile ziko kama fake ni kama bure. Ile tuweze kuwa na experts watakaotoa maoni wakisema hizi ndizo nzuri, huyu ndiye anaweza kutoa hii na hii na hii, ili waweze kuzileta baadaye waweze kugawa. Na kitu kingine ni ya kwamba shilingi zile wametoa ni chache sana kulingana na uzito wa ugonjwa wa corona. Kwa sababu zikienda tu waanze kunua moja mwingine hapa na pale, zitapotea hapo katikati. Lakini wapo zitakuja mfuko moja, vifaa zile zikuje pamoja, ziweze kugawia sasa counties na zile wizara za idara za afya, pengine tunaweza fanya vizuri kuliko kila mtu akijinunulia.
Naam, pengine Osido, tulisikia waziri vile vile akidokeza kwamba visa hivi vya maambukizi vimeenea pale mashinani, na ukiangazia matamshi ya Migosi kuhusiana na jinsi taifa hili tumejiandaa kuhusiana na gonjwa hili, kwanza gonjwa hili litupata kama hatujajitayarisha au vipi? Manake kumekuwa na malalamishi kwamba hakuna vifaa kama vile vya kuwahudumia wagonjwa ambao wako hali mahututi, wanavyosema ICU katika lugha ya King'enge, vile vile vifaa vile vya kuwasaidia wagonjwa kupumua ambayo tunafahamika katika lugha ya King'enge ventilators. Na Osido, zungumzia swala hili. Je, itakuwa ni funzo kwamba serikali za county waweze kujiandaa, hasa vile vile kuna wazo kwamba hakuja kuwa hata na vile hospitali ya rufaa kwenye serikali za county ambazo zinasaidia kupambana na magonjwa ambayo pengine yanachipuka kama vile corona?
Kwa kweli corona limetupata kama tujajiandaa, sababu pia wakumbuka ya kuwa historia yetu kama nchi katika wizara ya idara ya afya katika national na serikali yetu ya kuu na zile za county imekuwa ni uhusiano ule umekuwa ni uhusiano wa mvurutano, ambapo hata kuna wakati tumeona katika nchi yetu ya Kenya wale healthcare workers wakaenda katika wamekuwa on strike katika
ile migomo ya mara kwa mara, na kulikuwa na moja ambayo ilitucost almost 90 days, siku 90 wa Kenya wakafa. Lakini ukitizama namna hata hiyo issue ilizingatiwa, ilikuwa ni katika njia ile ya copy paste, ile ya instant coffee, ambapo haikuwa na sustainability model. Kwa hivyo nafikiri ya kuwa COVID-19 imetupata katika
nafasi ambayo sisi kama nchi hatukuwa tumejitayarisha, lakini nafikiri pia imetupea nafasi ili tuweze tukatizama zile funzo ambazo tumeziona kulingana na namna tunaweza jiandaa tukipatwa na jangwa kama hili. Nafikiri pia kuendelea pia tumeona ya kuwa kumekuwa na wale vijana tu ambao wamejitokeza, wale innovators, wale wa kutoka katika chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta. Kwa hivyo imetupea pia nafasi kama nchi ili tuweze tukaona ni vipi sisi wenyewe tunaweza jitokeza ili tuweze tukabuni vile vifaa ama jinsi tunaweza jipanga kulingana na dealing with such kind of pandemics. Kwa hivyo nafikiri kama serikali inaweza fanya pamoja na wale innovators, wale vijana ambao wanajitokeza ili waweze wakabuni vifaa ama wabuni nafasi ambao Wakenya wanaweza ziadopt ili tuweze tukaendeleza tukishikwa na jangwa kama hili. Nafikiri hizo ni nafasi ambazo hata post covid, hata corona ikisharudi kwao ama kwenye ilitoka, nafikiri itatupea nafasi ili tuweze tukalan zile lessons ambazo tunaweza zingatia at both national and county levels.
Na mshikilia hapo Osido. Naarifia kwa sasa tuweze kuelekea hapa kwenye jiji la Nairobi kwenye jumba la kilimo ambapo serikali inaendelea kuweka mikakati kabambe ya kupambana na janga hili la corona, mikakati ambayo inawekwa hakikishwa kwamba inafikia wale watu mashinani. Na kwa sasa hebu tusikize kinachojiri kwenye jumba la kilimo kwa sasa.
Social challenges posed to Kenya and indeed the global community from the coronavirus, that is COVID-19 pandemic, tea production and trading have continued unabated, with tea exports being shipped to about 40 markets, destinations monthly since January 2020. However, the tea value chain in the country has historically been constrained by structural challenges that have collectively undermined the ability of the sector to achieve its full potential in terms of export earnings and contribution to the macro economy, including GDP contribution, job creation, and better earnings to tea farmers. These challenges have consistently manifested themselves in form of low or declining in tea prices at the auction and low earnings to farmers. As a consequence, there have been fervent appeals by tea farmers and other stakeholders to the government to intervene and steady the dwindling fortunes of the tea sector. In some extreme cases, there have been instances where some farmers have uprooted tea bushes in protest, thus compounding the threats to the tea sector, both as a rewarding enterprise to the farmers, but also as a significant foreign exchange earner to the country. Furthermore, good performance of the tea sector is a central public policy issue because approximately 70% of tea production in the country is undertaken by small-scale tea farmers. These challenges, if not addressed, have the potential to recreate the problems faced by the coffee sector over 2 decades ago that led to the neglect and or abandonment of coffee bushes by farmers and the prevailing low coffee production in the country. These real threats to smallholder tea farming and the macroeconomy have therefore created an urgent need for proportionate government intervention in the sector in the manner more particularly espoused in the presidential directive issued on 14 January 2020. Let me now frame the question. The government has therefore contextualized the challenges facing the tea sector, and more particularly the tea farmers, into 3 broad categories, namely a dysfunctional tea auction system, control and predatory behavior of KTDA and its subsidiaries in the tea value chain, and low and unstable tea prices. These challenges and their impact in the tea value chain are elaborated as follows. 1, a dysfunctional tea auction system. Major problem facing the tea value chain is a dysfunctional and inefficient tea auction system characterized by lack of transparency, accountability, and competition, and prone to manipulation, capture, insider trading, and cartelization by value chain players, leading to ineffective price discovery, low prices, and poor earnings to tea farmers. The structural character of the tea auction in Mombasa in terms of management, governance, and decision-making process is that it is a club where all value chain players that have a direct commercial interest in the outcome of the auction process run the auction. This is a serious conflict of interest that predisposes the auction process to capture by vested interests, insider trading, price fixing, and other malpractices. 2, abuse of market power by KTDA and subsidiaries in the tea value chain. Moreover, the tea sector is undermined by the manipulation and predatory behavior of Kenya Tea Development Authority and its subsidiaries on the value chain. KTDA, that supply over 60% of the tea traded at the auction, has consistently used its market power, dominance, and influence to undermine the auction, curtail price discovery, and exploit the vulnerabilities of smallholder tea growers. This has been exemplified by the following overt behavior by KTDA. A, instigation of sale of tea from smallholder tea growers through an opaque and non-transparent sale by private treaty, commonly called direct sale operation. This process is further catalyzed by a generous credit facility of between 30 to 120 days given by KTDA to buyers without any requirement to provide any guarantees for the teas bought. As a consequence, buyers interested in Kenyan tea do not have any commercial incentives to compete and push tea prices at the auction.
Na mtazamaji, ni picha za moja kwa moja kutoka kwenye jumba la kilimo ambako akizungumza ni waziri wa kilimo Peter Munya akizungumzia tafaruku ambao unashuhudiwa kwenye sekta ya majani chai, kiweka bayana kwamba wakulima wanalalamikia kile anachokitaja ni bei duni ya mazao hilo na kutoa wito kwa mikakati kuwekwa ili kuhakikisha kwamba hawapunjwi jasho lao. Kumbuka kwamba vile vile amedokeza kwamba ile mamlaka ya kusimamia ukuzaji wa zao hilo KTDA vile vile ina wajibu wa kuhakikisha kwamba ukulima au kilimo cha zao hilo kinaimarishwa kote nchini. Bila shaka tutakuwa napata ufasaha wa taarifa hiyo hapo baadaye na mwanahabari wetu Dioba Levin ambaye yuko pale. Kwa sasa tunarejea hapa studioni ambapo tumekuwa tukizungumzia swala hili ambalo bila shaka linaendelea kuzungumziwa kote ulimwenguni, athari za corona na mikakati ambayo serikali inaweka kupambana na janga hili. Nimekuwa na Kevin Osido ambaye ni afisa mkuu mtendaji wa shirika la County Governments Watch na Dan Migosi ambaye ni mhadhiri katika chuo cha Harvester. Kabla ya kuelekea kule kwenye jumba la kilimo, Migosi ulikuwa unaweka bayana kuhusiana sio Migosi bali ni Osido, ulikuwa unazungumzia kuhusiana na jinsi taifa hili limejiandaa, hasa serikali za county, ikiwa iwapo tuna vifaa vya kutosha kupambana na janga hili.
Kwa hakika sababu waona ya kuwa kule mwanzoni ile uhusiano kati ya serikali zetu za gatuzi na ule wa serikali kuu, haswa idara ya afya, haijakuwa ni ile uhusiano ule ambao tunaweza sema ya kuwa sisi kama wananchi tuko nayo na imani ya kuwa tukifikiwa na jangwa kama hili la COVID tunaweza kuwa na ile nafasi ya kukumbana nayo. Kwa hivyo nafikiri kuwa kuna zile lessons ambazo tunazisoma ili pale post COVID-19 tunaweza sema ya kuwa ni nini tulifanya na tulifanya vipi na nini hatukufanya, na kule mbeleni pengine ni zile hesabu zetu tukizichapisha zile hesabu zetu ni vipi tunaweza jipanga kama nchi ili tuweze tukazingatia in case tutakuwa na any other pandemic kama hii. Hapo pia itazingatia zile policies ambazo tumeziweka kama nchi, sababu kama sasa ona ya kuwa kuna mvurutano kati ya serikali zetu gatuzi through Council of Governors, wanasema ya kuwa wapewe nafasi waweze wakapeana pia allowances kwa wale wafanyakazi wa health. Unaona ya kuwa kuna zile pesa ambazo zile funds ambazo wanaziweka zinaitwa county emergency COVID emergency funds. Ni pesa ambazo wahisani wao wanajitoa wanaziweka zile pesa pale, lakini wajua kiserikali ama kikatiba itabidi county assemblies waweze wakapewa nafasi ili waketi wazungumze ili wapee zile serikali za gatuzi nafasi ya kuspend hizo pesa. Kwa hivyo nafikiri ya kuwa kuna vitu vingi ambavyo jangwa hili la COVID-19 natupea nafasi ili tuweze tukaona namna ambazo tumejipanga, ama vile vitu ambavyo hatujavifanya kule mwanzoni, ili tuweze tukazingatia ni vipi tunaweza zifanya ili Wakenya wao waweze wakawa na ile confidence ya kuwa serikali inafanya namna wanavyoona ya kuwa wako na ile confidence.
Naam. Unasema nini Migosi kuhusiana na swala hili vile vile kujitayarisha kwa taifa hili? Umetembelea vituo vya afya kadhaa ukitafuta pengine huduma ya matibabu. Unaona kwamba umeridhishwa na vifaa ambavyo vipo, na kumekuwa na mdahalo kuhusiana na sasa imekuwa ni funzo kwa baadhi ya wanasiasa kutosafiri mataifa ya ughaibuni kutafuta msaada pengine wa afya au kutafuta huduma za afya. Zungumzia swala hili.
Naona ya kwamba ili ni funzo kubwa limekuja, hata kama limekuwa ni changa tunatupigana nalo, lakini pia limekuwa ni funzo kubwa kwetu kama nchi na ni kama taifa, kwa sababu muda uliopita sisi tulikuwa tunakimbilia vitu za nje, hata vitu vichache kama vile face mask na hizi vitu kama zingetengenezwa hapa, unaona ilikuwa ni shida na watu walipendelea kuzitoa kule nje. Lakini tumefika mahali tumefungiwa, unakuta mambo imekuwa magumu. Mimi naonelea ni kana kwamba ili jambo ingawache ni changa kubwa na changamoto katika nchi yetu, limefungua milango ili sisi tuanze kujifikiria na kuwaza ni kitu gani tunaweza kufanya. Kama vile unavyoona vitu kama mask, kama hata ventilators, wamesoma wanaweza tengeza hizi vitu, lakini yale masomo sisi tumepata katika vile vyuo vikuu ni ya kwamba ni ya kutufanya tu tupite tuonekane tumepata A ama B ama tumehitimu katika hali ya juu, lakini hatuwezi fanya lolote. Imefika wakati sasa itaanza sisi tuanza kujiandaa katika sio kupitia njia ya COVID-19 peke yake, lakini katika mambo mingi itakayokuja, kama mambo ya mioto, kama mambo ya maradhi ingine ikikuja, pengine hivi karibuni COVID itaisha, lakini mambo mengi yanakuja. Unaona majuzi tulikuwa na shida ya zile nzige zilikuja, tukua tumejiandaa. Ni kana kwamba hii inji ama inji za Kiafrika hazijawahi kujiandaa, maana tumekuwa wafungwa wa kutegemea vitu kutoka nje kila nyakati. Imefika wakati sasa tuanze kujiundia vitu zetu wenyewe. Blanketi tutengeneze hapa, vitambaa tutengeneze hapa, viatu zetu tutengeneze hapa, vitu vya nywele na kuchirembeza tutengeneze hapa, vitu kadhaa tutengeneze hapa kwetu.
Bila shaka tusitegemee mataifa ya ughaibuni. Pengine kuhusiana na wazo lake ambalo amewasilisha Migosi kuhusiana na vifaa ambavyo vinastahili kutengenezwa hapa nchini. Tumeona wanafunzi kutoka chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta wakitengeleza ventilators, zile vifaa vya kusaidia wagonjwa kupumua. Unaona kwamba vile vile vyuo vikuu vingine vinastahili kuwa na mfano kama huo, na mafunzo ambayo tunayapokea kwenye vyuo vikuu au taasisi zote za elimu, je, inatusaidia kama taifa, hasa wale wahudumu wa afya ambao wanafuzu na kwenda katika kutoa huduma mbalimbali kwenye vituo vya afya, inakuwa ni ya manufaa? Zungumzia swala.
Kwa hakika nafikiri katika zile funzo ambazo sasa hivi tuwazisoma kulingana na jangwa la COVID-19, nafikiri kama nchi na serikali pia tunaendelea kuona ni gaps zile zenye tunazo, lakini unajua ya kuwa hizi gaps ziko, na pia tukizingatia zile fedha ambazo zaenda katika serikali zetu za gatuzi, nafikiri ni fedha mingi sana ambazo zinatengwa na zile assembly zetu ili tuweze tukazitumia katika wizara na idara za afya katika serikali zetu za gatuzi. Ya pili ni kuwa itabidi pia tuangalie zile gaps, sababu jana mwenyekiti wa shirika la magavana alisema ya kuwa washatenga pia zile nafasi kama 3,000 ambazo zitakuwa ni sehemu za isolation, na pia wanapanga kuweka ziwe special categories za ICU. Lakini ukizingatia what it takes to put up an ICU center, nafikiri ni vitu ambavyo sisi kama Wakenya na kupitia serikali zetu ni vitu ambavyo haiwezi ikawa sawa kama kila mara tunakimbilia zile serikali za nje. Kwa hivyo nafikiri ni zile funzo ambazo tunazifunza kulingana na namna tunavyo respond to COVID-19, na pia zile lessons ambazo tunazisoma. Pengine ombi langu lingekuwa ni ile intergovernmental relations kati ya national na county governments. Itabidi pia tuzingatie kile kitu ambacho tuakita value addition. Ni nini katika each of the 47 counties, sababu kama County Governance Watch tumeweza kufanya analysis about 38 counties, zile gaps, zile response mechanisms ambazo counties zimezifanya, na zile gaps kulingana na statements za Ministry of Health. Na ni vitu ambavyo nafikiri kama tunaweza kuwa na intergovernmental relations on COVID response, ni mambo ambayo nafikiri tukizingatia siku za usoni ni vitu ambavyo tukiziweka, na pia tuone katika zile budget zetu za county governments, what does it cost to put for example an ICU in each of the 47 counties, ama 4 ICU units, ama 2 centers ambazo tunaweza, kwa mfano tuwaona kama sasa hivi kule Mombasa, Machakos, kuna nafasi kama Bungoma ambazo wameweza kutenga sehemu specially hizi ambazo wanaziita COVID isolation centers. Lakini kwangu nafikiri ya kuwa hainge take us this far for governors na serikali za county kuona ya kuwa kuna nafasi ya counties kuzingatia health kama a complete unit. Kwa hivyo ukiangalia kama hizi referral hospitals ambazo tunazo, kwa nini nchi yetu ya Kenya iko na 4 referral hospitals pekee? Nafikiri out of 47 counties ama zile region 8 ambazo tulikuwa nazo, kama tunaweza kuwa na ICU ama referral hospitals in each of the 8 regions, ni kitu ambacho nafikiri hata Wakenya wanaweza furahia kama serikali nafikiria hivyo.
Naam, tukiwa kwenye muktadha huo tuzungumzie mtafaruko ambao umekuwa ukishuhudiwa kutoka kwenye serikali za county na vile tume ya kutathmini mishahara SRC. Umeona kama vile katibu mkuu wa vyama vya wafanyikazi humo nchini Francis Atwoli, ambapo akifokea tume hiyo ya SRC kwamba kidogo imepita mipaka. Kuna baadhi ya vile wanashikilia msimamo kwamba magavana wana fursa ya kuweza kusaidia wahudumu wa afya, kwa mfano kama gavana wa gatuzi la Machakos Dr. Alfred Mutua kuwapa marupurupu, nyongeza ya marupurupu wa wahudumu wa afya kwa kuanzia 5,000 hadi shilingi 20,000. Je, nikianza pengine na Migosi, ni sawa kuweza kuwapa motisha wahudumu wa afya wakati huu ambapo wanapambana na chamko la corona, au kidogo ni kinyume cha sheria wanavyodokeza wengi hapa nchini?
Tunapoangalia na kutazama kama vile magavana wanasema ya kwamba lazima wapate fedha waweze kuzawadi wale wahudumu wa afya, kwa kweli kabisa inaweza kuwa ni kinyume cha sheria, kwa sababu hawacharuhusiwa kutoa pesa kiorera kupatia watu hivyo. Lakini kuna wakati inafika unapoangalia humanitarianly, unaona kana kwamba au majamaa wamejitolea, ama manasi wamejitolea, madaktari wamejitolea. Kama kungekuwa basi na zawadi wangepatiwa iwe unified, ili ya kwamba wakati wanapofanya ile kazi sio ya kwamba wanapatiwa pande moja na wengine wapatiwe, iwe ni unified ya kwamba wapatiwe madaktari wote kama zawadi ya kuappreciate ile kazi nzuri wanaofanya. Wakati huu corona inachacha sana. Hata hivyo basi, hii mgorogoro umekuwa na SRC pamoja na magavana kupigana ya kwamba wapatiwe nafasi. Mimi naona kana kwamba haifai hata kidogo. Wakati kama huu ni wakati wa kusikizana, ni wakati wa kutazamana, tuone ya kwamba ni shida gani na tukumba, ili ya kwamba tuone mazuri mema yale hayatapita constitution, hayako nje ya sheria, ili ya kwamba tuweze kufanya pamoja. Lakini nikisema jambo hivi ya kwamba kuna magavana wamezoea sana kupigana na serikali kubwa ama kuongea mambo na kutaka pesa nyingi iende. Ugatuzi ni mzuri, lakini unapoona pia jinsi pesa inavyotumika pale, haitumiki katika njia nzuri.
Kuna ubadhirifu.
Kabisa. Unaona watu wanaleta vitu, overstate ile bei ya bidhaa zile wanazozinunua. Wengine wananunua na kampani zao, wananunua bei ya juu sana. Unaona, ndio kila mtu anataka pesa ziingie pale. Kwa hivyo tunahitajika tuwe na control kubwa sana. Hata kama governor yuko awe control kabisa ili ya kwamba wasivuje pesa.
Osido, unasema nini? Maana kulikuwa na wengine wako kidokeza kwamba kidogo magavana ambao wanaendeleza mchakato huu wa kutaka kuwasaidia watu wale wahudumu wa afya kuweza kupambana na janga hili, kidogo vile vile itakuwa ni mianya ya ufisadi. Maana watakuwa wanasema kwamba tumetumia kiasi hiki cha fedha kuwalipa wahudumu wa afya kama nyongeza ya marupurupu. Je, SRC iko sawa au magavana wako sawa na fursa ya kuongeza mishahara kwa wahudumu wao wa afya?
Na hapo ndipo pengine leo ingekuwa ni siku ile ya kuongea intergovernmental relations, sababu wajua ya kuwa kisheria magavana hawezi wakapeana wauguzi fedha bila kupitishwa na different levels. Kwa hivyo ingekuwa ni kama tungepata nafasi ya county assemblies ama zile assemblies za counties kuketi ili magavana wapeane katika supplementary budget yao, waseme tumeweza kuhire X number of staff ili sababu ya hii COVID-19 hii shida ambayo tunayo. Kwa hivyo kama county assembly tungeomba mpitishe ili tuweze tukapata hiyo fedha ili tuitumie. Lakini kisheria kwa hivyo magavana hawana hiyo nafasi ama fursa. Lakini kulingana na zile county emergency response funds ambazo zimewekwa katika all 47 counties, pengine hiyo pekee ndio inaweza kuwa ni nafasi ambayo magavana wanaweza tumia ili waweze wakawa award ama wa motivate wale healthcare workers. Najua pengine ni jambo ambalo hata wale wauguzi through their different unions, Kenya Medical and Dentist Union wameongea, Kenya Nurses Union wameongea, lakini kisheria nafikiri nafasi kama huo hauko. Ile nafasi ambayo magavana wanayo pengine ni through the emergency response funds, zile fedha ambazo wahisani wana contribute katika zile counties, wanaweza kuwa na hiyo kamati ya county inaweza amua pengine milioni XYZ ipeanwe hao ma healthcare workers ili waweze wakawa motivated. Kwa hivyo nafikiri pia tunavyoendelea Bwana Kipnusu kuzingatia zile lessons ambazo tunazifunza katika hii COVID-19 response, nafikiri pengine hiyo pia itakuwa ni kitu ambacho tungeweka katika parking lot ili tuweze kuzingatia post COVID-19 ni vipi kama tumepatwa na pandemic kama hii, ni vipi tunaweza motivate. Sababu inaweza fanyika leo ni idara ya afya, lakini pengine kesho itakuwa ni maji, siku nyingine inaweza kuwa katika idara ya pengine kilimo. Any of the agencies inaweza kuwa affected.
Naam. Migosi, zungumzia jinsi taifa hili limejiandaa hasa kuhakikisha kwamba visa vya maambukizi havishuhudiwi hasa maeneo ya vitongoji duni. Tunafahamu fika kwamba tatizo kubwa katika maeneo ya vitongoji duni au mitaa ya mabanda ni kuna ukosefu wa maji. Hapo jana waziri wa maji Cecil Kariuki aliweza kuzindua miradi ya maji kusaidia kupambana na janga. Je, kupambana na swala hili hasa maeneo ya vitongoji duni, kando na masuala ya kuhakikisha kwamba kuna maji, masuala yapi ambayo yanastahili kufanywa kwa kiduchu?
Naweza kutazama ukiangalia ni kana kwamba sio vitongoji tu duni mimi naweza zungumzia. Ukitazama hata miji mikubwa kwa kweli haina maji ya kutosha. Maji tunaambiwa kwamba lazima unawe mikono, lazima watu na usafi, lakini unapoangalia ile mikakati tumeweka haijatuletea maji ili tuwe na maji katika mfereji. Hata huku miji mikubwa kama vile huku Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, Nyeri na mle kwingineko hatuna maji ya kutosha kwa sababu watu hatujajiandaa kikamilifu. Tunafanya vitu nikana kwamba tunafanyia mtu mwingine. Hatujaweka ule uraia wetu ama utaifa wetu. Tuseme ya kwamba tunafanya miradhi ile ya kwamba itakaotuondoa katika hii nira ya kutegemea. Unapangalia kila county, kila maeneo 8 tulionao katika nchi, hakuna mahali tumepata maji, mahali ya kutosha unaweza sema ya kwamba mna maji throughout. Utakuta ya kwamba kila wakati tunakimbia. Tukiingia katika sasa mahali duni kama mahali slums, zile nyumba za mabanda, mahali pa mabanda, na katika kila mji kuna banda, nyumba za mabanda, unakuta ya kwamba pale watu watatezeka. Kwa kweli kabisa iwapo sisi ama serikali aweza weka mikakati ya kwamba iweze kucontrol na kupeleka maji pale na mabauzazi, ama ihakikisha kwamba pana maji. Iwapo hili janga zitaendelea, hapo ndipo utakuwa na mporopoko mwingi kabisa, watu wataumia zaidi.
Unapoangalia muda umetamatika. Asante sana. Pengine wazo lako kwa sekunde 30, Osido, kusema swali hili.
Nafikiri pengine nitazungumzia swala hilo la maji. Pia ni shida sababu ni swala la uongozi. Pengine sisi kama Wakenya tuanze tukajiuliza ni akina nani tunawapigia kura, sababu it doesn't have to take COVID-19 ili viongozi wetu wafikirie kutuletea maji. Katika zile bajeti za county kuna fedha ambazo zimetengwa kuhakikisha ya kuwa wananchi wana maji. Nafikiri wale ambao wameketi katika zile nafasi ama ofisi za maji katika county, hakikisheni ya kuwa watu wana maji, na it doesn't have to take us COVID-19.
Naam, asanteni sana kwa kujinafasa. Ninaarifiwa muda umetamatika, na bila shaka mahojiano haya natumai yamekuwa ya manufaa zaidi kwa watazamaji ambao wamekuwa kitizama. Mtazamaji, tumefikia tamati ya Tamrini ya Channel 1. Muda ndio umetupa kisogo. Kwa niaba ya kikosi kizima ambacho kimeweza kufanikisha, asante sana kwa kujinafasi kutizama. Naitwa Timothy Kipnusu, mfasiri wa lugha ya ishara amekuwa Lensa Odingo. Kuanzia Jumatatu ijayo utakuwa unaungana naye Nancy Okware kwenye Tamrini ya Channel 1. Endelea kutizama na kadhalika endelea kuchukua tahadhari kabla ya hatari ili usizame kwenye bahari.